watching Full Tilt Vegas with Richard Delatorre. Full Tilt!
Thank you, Wendy. Or Brittany. Welcome to Go Live Vegas Studios in the heart of Las Vegas. This show is Full Tilt Vegas. You can see all my episodes on Delatorre 360 Entertainment. 7 through 10 is on horse racing. Then I got other ones on blackjack, craps, and roulette. You could read all the titles so you'll know what the title's on and whatever we talk about. Because sometimes some of these shows, Brett's in them. You talk about sports analysts. You can learn by what he says. You can go to his Twitter. It's Brett Lawson. I don't know his Twitter handle, but yeah. And you can get this book. It's in the book Winning Ways. You can get the hard copy, or you can get download it on your phone. I suggest get it on your phone because you'll have it everywhere you go, just in case you forget it. Lunchtime, downtime, parked in a car somewhere, you can read it. Go to Las Vegas, you can read it in your room. Go to the table and win. Let me see here. What else I'm going to do here? I got some questions on poker, but what I'm going to do first, because I'm shuffling this around. So we're going to talk about, I know I talked about dice setting, but I don't think I went into it. I know I went into some detail, but I'm going to go into that. Oh, and smash that like button and subscribe to the Go Live Vegas platform so you can get all the notifications for all our shows. Yeah, but don't forget to smash that like button. Okay, dice setting is not illegal. Casinos frown upon it. I'm letting you know right up front. I do have it in the book. I wasn't going to put it in there, but I got some people telling me you need to put it in there. I didn't want to because you can learn it. Yes, you can. The way I devise it, I think, is a little bit better than the way I've seen other people do it because in the beginning, a lot of them are the same. The ace to the left, ace to the left. So you kind of can do it really fast. And the other thing I was going to tell you about that, if you're going to learn dice setting, you better learn it really fast. You better learn when the stick man gives it to you. When they give you the dice, you need to look at the first one. It doesn't matter, but I would look to the one to the left because that's the first one you need to set. And then you can either set your one die and then set the other die. Don't use two hands. Don't grab them and start moving them around on the table. You can only use one hand. So what you would do is you would grab the first one to the left. You grab that one, whatever you're going to set it for, 7, 6s, ace, deuce, 12, whatever, hard ways, whatever you're going to set it to. You got to do it really fast, and you have to learn what's underneath it. Like on the 6, whatever you look, say this is on the top, on the bottom would be an ace. So it would add up to 7. So if you have a deuce, on the bottom would be a 5. So what you do is you learn that really quick. So when you look at them, you already know how to set them dice really fast. People calling me. You set them really quick, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you a few things about that. The casino, once you start dice setting, if you can do it really quick, you might get away with it for a while. But if you take too long, you do see people setting them but the casino sees what they're doing, and usually it's the boxman and floor. Those two, no. If you're even if you're moving them around, taking your time, and then they see you lob them, if you lob them and they're flying through the air and they're tumbling and they hit the back, or hit the felt and then hit the back, or hit the back and come back, they don't care because they know that what you just did, you just screwed up the whole dice set. If you're a dice set, you just screwed it up, so they won't say nothing. But if you do dice set and you're really good at it, which you should take at least 6 months practice, and make sure the table is the same distance as the table you're going to go play on, because it's the physics of the game. I already showed you when you dice set, wherever you stand, the mechanics of your elbow and your letting your fingers release them. It has to be all the time. And you can take your time doing that, but when you set them really quick. The reason why is because some casinos don't allow dice setting. So don't go run out and buy a bunch of books and a bunch of tapes, because you can learn all that and you'll find out really fast. The box man will tell you right off the bat. He says, hey, there's no dice setting here. When the stick man gives you the dice, just grab them and throw them. Because really, you're supposed to. When they give you the dice, they're wherever they give you, no matter what. They shouldn't be giving this is the other thing that really burns me at the tables. They're not supposed to give you a 7, 11, aces, ace deuce, and 12. They're not supposed to give you that, because somebody might be playing that or somebody might be going against that. So that's why they're not supposed to be doing that. That's what you learn in school when you're becoming a craps dealer. And when you get them, you're supposed to just get them with your fingers. You're not supposed to palm them. A lot of casinos watch you, so you won't switch them. And when you toss them, they're supposed to stay together. So when they're flying through the air, they should stay together. And when they hit 6 inches from the back of from the felt to the back, and they come back, it does work. I know, trust me, because I did it for just a brief amount. I did practice for, I don't know, it was about a month, but I got pretty good at it. And I figured I'm probably going to get caught, so I didn't. After a month of it, I went to the casino, and it does work. I did it a couple of times, and already I could see the floor just having a lady, and there was only like 4 of us at the table. That's not a really good time to do it, but she started watching me. So I did hit a couple of my numbers that I threw out there. One of them was a hard 4, but I said, oh, crap, she's watching me. So she was actually walked up and just put her hands behind her like she's in the military and started watching me. I go, and let me just concentrate on what I know, money management, hedge betting, and good and bad bets. So I just started throwing. It just so happens that day, it was funny. I won, God, I was with my daughter. It was Father's Day. She came out and she left me at the crap table, went out with her friends, and I kept calling her to come back because the table was on fire. I don't know where she was at. But, yeah, I turned, I think it was, I won, it was $100 at the 3-card poker. And I just happened to hit, what is it? Anyway, I hit the big one. I can't even think right now. We were kind of ran in here. Because this thing's being taped, because by the time you're seeing this, we're over at the Sahara at UWW Women's Wrestling. Hopefully I'm going to be on the Steadicam. You can get that here in the pay-per-view. We're going to run that commercial probably in the middle. But, yeah, that's where we're at right now. So I kind of ran in here. So this is being taped. I'm trying not to tape shows. So I ran in here and said, I'm going to do on dice setting because I want to really go into more detail on dice setting. So, yeah. So she was watching me, and I just happened to. It didn't matter because I actually was throwing. I couldn't believe it. I shot 20 minutes, and I caught a couple other shooters, and I made something like, I think it was $4,200. And I didn't want to go to the bed because I was so wired up. So I went to the blackjack, and I was drinking, yeah, but I can still card count and drink. Card counting is also in my book. You can learn that. That works, but keep it to yourself. When you learn to card count, single deck, double deck, 6 deck, 8 decks, it doesn't matter. It's a certain starting point where you start on a count, and then you count up. You go to episode 24. It was a Unicon. We did the Unicon last year. I hope we do it this year, but I did a single deck on that show live. I actually did it live on that show. So you can see episode 24, me, Brett, and Aaron Phillips was on that show. And I did do a single deck live. I didn't want to do the 6 deck because it was going to take way too long. But yeah, I did the single deck. And if you ever play blackjack, don't play 3 hands and always try to play 2 hands because a lot of time one pays the other. At least you broke out even. But that card counting, yes, it's in my book. Okay, back to dice setting. It does work. By the way, I was at that table. I knew I was drunk, but I didn't care. I still know how to count. So I started counting, and it was funny because I was getting a lot of stiff hands. But the thing is, knowing the count, I knew to take a card or not. Sometimes I was supposed to take a card. It doesn't matter mathematically. Me and Anthony Curtis on episode 14, you can see him on it. He's world famous. So we talked about that. You know what? Card counting is not a guarantee, but you kind of know somewhat what's coming up because of the count, and there should be. If you're looking for tens or low count, you would be looking for smaller cards, which would be deuce through 9. But so I was playing, and I was acting good. You know, they knew I was drinking, so I end up playing there, and I said, normally I was supposed to take a hit, but I'm just going to pretend like, every time I play that, I always lose. I'm not going to take a hit. So I make something up and act all drunker than I really was. And so people just said, this guy's an idiot. And the next guy took the next card. I would have busted if I would have took that card. But I didn't say nothing. And I ended up winning another $600 on that table, 600 and something, 6 and change. So what I did was I said, you know what? It's freaking 4 in the morning. So I was supposed to get up. We're supposed to go to the pool. And so I went over to my room, and there was my daughter all snoring. I go, she didn't want to come to the crap table, I guess. So, but anyway, yes, card counting does work. Now, the other thing about dice setting, like I said, don't buy a bunch of tapes and books, because a lot of them are not going to let you. I was at behind the MGM. I can't remember that. Ellis Island, they do not allow dice setting at all. Somebody must have went in there and probably was bragging. That's the worst thing you can do. The one thing I got to say about dice setting, once you get really good at it, don't use it all the time. You just throw the regular dice, and then if you want to make a bet, say you want a hard way, and you set the dice for a hard way, and say you want a whatever one you want. Hopefully it's a 4 and 10, not 6 and 8, because it comes up too much soft. You'll find that on my other videos. But anyway, that you can do that. Is say you throw say a $5 hard 4, and you set the dice for hard 4, and you throw it, and it say even if because that's not one roll on a hard ways. You either lose on a soft 4, which would be 1 3 3 1, or a 7. So what you do is you do that mathematically. You can do that 7 times before you're even with the casino. So if a soft 4 comes up, you can replace it, and then you try to set the dice again for a hard 4. And then if you hit it, okay, say you hit it, but don't announce, I'm going to throw me a hard 4. Don't do that. Just pretend like you're just throwing the dice, because you learn to set them really quick. So once you do that, if you want to throw regular numbers set up for 8, and you do that, maybe you can do it maybe 2-3 times. It hit certain numbers you're trying to hit, but don't say nothing, especially when you're trying to throw an 11. Like you say, $5 yo, which is 11. $5 yo, or let me have a hard 8 hopping. So in other words, they're knowing you're going to throw a hard, and it'd be kind of funny. You say, throw me a hard 8 hopping, and you throw it and you hit it. It pays 30 to 1. So you get $150 for $5. So, and then you turn around and say, oh yeah, I'm good. Let me throw a hard 6 hopping. And then you do that. You know what's going to happen? They're going to start watching you. So what you do, just don't say nothing. Just, you can do it sporadically. You know, here you go, hard 8 hopping. And then you can do, you place all the hard ways, and maybe you can hit that, because until a 7 or a soft comes up, you'll lose it. But any of the numbers, and even if you're trying to hit your number, say your number's 10, and you're trying to hit a hard way, or a 4 6 6 4, or the hard way, but don't sit there and just start naming, you're going to do this and you're going to do that, and then you keep hitting them everything in a row. They're going to, trust me, they're going to watch it, and then they're going to tell you, sir, just get the dice and throw them. Don't be setting them or playing around with it. Just get them. They'll take the dice from you. They can do that as a private business. They can take the dice from you. So they're just protecting their quarterly. That's what they're protecting. and the floor manager has to, when there's a lot of big payouts, they have to do reports. So they have to report. They do end shift reports, and they have to. Why is 11,000 or 22,000 gone from the table? They put in there. Well, you had our shooter come in. They get the time and how much he bought in for and how much he took out because they have to know what happened. Why is this table, 100,000 gone? But anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the ace. Okay, so the way I have this devised is I try to make it as simple as it can. So if you have an ace, you put the ace to the left. It doesn't matter what's on top, just the ace to the left. Once you do that, the other die, you would get it real quick. If you're trying to set sevens, it would be the same thing, ace to the left. So they're both to the left, and then what you do, then you turn the die really quick. You can do that. Boom, it's already set up. They're already set up for seven. See, there's seven all the way around. So you can do that, and then like I said, to toss them, you grab them like this, and then you lob them. They're not supposed to be spinning. You're supposed to lob. That's the other thing to practice. When you're practicing, don't practice trying to throw numbers in the beginning. Practice your throw with the dice, and when you pitch them, you can pitch them eye level if you want. They go all the way over, and they're not spinning. They're perfectly still in the air, and they'll hit the 6 inches from the felt, and then they'll hit the back and come back. You'll see patterns. You will see patterns. It's funny because I was saying, wow, look at that. That came out what I wanted, and the one die is this way, one that, but they're two fours or maybe the 2 6s are showing this way, and the numbers on top. You'll see patterns. That way you'll know you're doing it correctly. But if you get them and you just throw them and they're just spitting all over it doesn't do no good of dice setting. So that's the other thing you got to learn. And I don't know if they talk about it in those books, but I've seen a couple of tapes. And I'm not going to give this guy. Some people do know who he is, and he's world famous for doing it. But you know what? He can't go in a casino no more. They know who he is, and that he's one of the main guys why they started saying you can't dice set here, because they can tell you, sir, we don't even want you playing with the dice. Next, pass them. They can do anything they want. They can take them from you anytime. So don't spend a ton of money, because you're going to have to go around looking for a casino that lets you dice set. And like I said, don't start announcing. You can say I'm a hopping hard 8 or whatever, but don't keep doing it in a row, because they're going to say, oh, this guy's a dice setter. And then just do it sporadically. Like you say you want a hard 8 and do it in about the next 8 rolls later or whatever you're trying to throw. 12s, throw me a $5 12 mathematically on a 2 format. You can do that 30 times before you enter the casino. So you can do that. And then, like I said, $5 until you hit it. Hopefully you hit it within the 30 times. And you can do it like that. Say, don't look for a hard 8 or a hard 4. You're looking for a 12 this time. But you're just putting that up. Or you might be going, let me have aces and 12. So you're playing 2 numbers. So and the dice are set for either to come up this side or that side. It doesn't matter. Ace to the left. And then you got aces. Yeah, sure. I got the aces here. So you have the aces like this, and then on the bottom of that would be the 12. So if you say, let me have $1, you can say high-low. You can do that. $1 high-low, it's a split aces and 12, or $5 high-low. You can do that. But like I said, don't keep doing it and showing that don't even be bragging to somebody, especially a girl. Look at me, watch this, watch what I can do. So anyway, so ace to the left and ace to the left, and turn them until there's a 7. Okay, the other ones on the hard ways is the same thing. Ace to the left, and you can turn it, both aces to the left, and you see all the 7s. So now if I turn it 1, 2, now all the hard ways are on there. So that's why I say aces to the left on 7s and hard ways. So now if you're looking for, I have here, it's in my book. I'm looking at my book right now. It says aces / deuce or 11. So in other words, you're looking for an ace and a 3, or ace and a deuce. So you have an ace and a 3, And if you set them up, and I got that, let me see, it says, it's called Forced Kisses. Somebody's name, I got Forced Kisses and six kissing sixes, but Forced Kiss. So you'd put the 4s together. Find that damn 4 right there. So you put the 4s together, and then it says, damn it, it's supposed to be like this. 4s together, and then turn it until there's an 11. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, and you can see you got the 11, 11, ace deuce, ace deuce. So that was real easy to remember. Forced kiss, so 2 4s together, and turn it. You might even do this, and it's already set up. So you set one, and then you turn the other one 2 times. So it's really easy. Once you do that, you practice that, you can do it really fast. So then I got 5 and 9s. This one's called kissing sixes. So it's the same thing. You put the 6s together, and then you turn them. You turn them 1, 2, and there it is. You got the 5s. You got the 5s, the 9, 5, 9, 5. So that's how you would set that up. So if you want to throw a hopping 32 on the hop, or a 54 on the hop, or a 9 or 5 hopping, or your point is 5, or your point is 9, you can set them up like that. And then now 6s, it says first die ace. Yeah, ace to the left. I don't. Let me see. It's been so long since I've done this one. Yeah, die, ace to the left. Doesn't matter what's on top, what number. And second die, 3 to the left. So you would put the 3. You put the 3 to the left, and I'm trying to hit what? 6 and 8s. Turn it. There it is. So I would turn it. So it'd be ace to the left and 3 to the left. And now you turn them till you would hit. There's a 6, there's a 6, there's an 8, and there's an 8. So if you can remember, he's really fast. So now it says first die ace to the left, which now I'm trying to do 4s and 10s. And on top, second die 4 on the top. So I got to put the 4 on the top. And I'm trying to hit a what? I'm trying to hit a 4 and 10. Okay, so that was easy. So now you got 4s. 10s. Is that a 10? Can't even see. It's an 8. Hold on. 4. Turn it. Turn it. Turn it. Do I got this right? Hold on. First die, ace to the left. Oh, it says ace to the left, 5 on top. So you put 5 on top, and the second die, you set it, and it would be 4 to the left. So 4 to the left. And let me see. Yep. So you got 4, you got hard 4, you got 10, and hard 10. So that's that one. And then the hard ways you already know. Ace to the left, doesn't matter what's on top. Ace to the left and turn until you see a 7. There's 7 all the way around. So it's really easy to do. I haven't done this in a long time. The 7 and the hard ways and the kissing sixes, sometimes I do screw around with that because those I still remember. The 6 and 8 a lot of times will come up anyway because they come up, there's 5 ways for it to come up. So that's why 6 and 8 are the most 2 popular numbers on a crap table. So you would want to... even though if you're trying to hit the hard way, or your point is 6 or 8, and you're trying to hit that, you can learn it. But you remember, you have to set these dice really fast. Look at them, you already know what's on the bottom. I can turn these all over the place, and I already know what's on the bottom. Let me see if I do it here. What's this? Is that a 10? That'd be a 4 on the bottom. Yeah. So you learn to set them up as fast as you can, because that's the main key of dice setting. Grabbing the dice, setting up really fast, and then using the mechanics as the physics of throwing them should stay together. And then, but practice at least 6 months before you go to the casino. Just keep it to yourself. And once they start watching you, be careful, because they can track you from your iris. They can log you, and you don't want to be in the Book of Griffin. You don't want that. There's a couple other ones out there, and you'll be banned from craps. So you just be. I talk about that on my other episodes. Being episode 14 with Anthony Curtis, he has a Las Vegas advisor here, and we talked about that. The equipment is a lot better now than what it was in the 1990s. the software they have now. Okay, we're going to run a commercial here, and I'll be back, and I think I'm taking some questions on poker. Okay, we'll be back.
Live Vegas Studios, a unique multi-camera social media virtual content creators paradise. We offer high-end services using live streaming and film production for your personal or corporate, commercial or event and campaign needs. Pre-record or live stream to your audience on multiple social media platforms simultaneously. Fun and interactive with social media comments, phone lines, live remotes, audio Foley sounds, and Snapchat filters. Be creative, get recognized, and make money. We help you by providing an all in-house production team. Visit our website at golive.vegas.
Hi, my name is Richard Delatorre. I'm the author of It's in the Book, Winning Ways. It's on Blackjack, Craps, and Roulette, and you can get it on Amazon, Google Play. You can get it on Barnes & Noble, and it teaches you the ratios and percentages of the casino, because the casino is really in charge. I put the percentages and ratios in your favor. You spend a little bit more money, but you have a better chance of winning. Doesn't mean you're going to win. No book should ever say you guarantee you're going to win. But what I did do is I cut down the ratios and percentages so you fully understand them on these 3 games. So you can go ahead and get that book. I was one of the top selling books on Amazon 2018. I was number 7. I was with Doyle Brunson, Negreanu, The Magician, John Patrick. So I was pretty good for my first book. So you can go ahead and get that book and pretty much read it to where you pretty much got it memorized. And you should be walking the casino as pretty much as an expert on these 3 games. The platform here is Go Live Vegas Studios, and my show is called Full Tilt Vegas, 6 p.m. Saturday night. I do have guests. Brett Lawson is a sports analyst. He comes on after me. Sometimes we double up. He does it on all the sports, and you can go ahead and see that. And I'll see you next Saturday or every Saturday at 6 p.m. on Full Tilt Vegas. Thank you very much.
Las Vegas, get ready. Ultimate Women of Wrestling UWW number 2 returns to Sahara, Las Vegas, Saturday, July 9th at 8 p.m. 6 exciting matches featuring Big Swole, Diamante, Lady Tapa, Viva Van, Zeta Zhang, Alex Gracia, the Renegade Twins, and many others. There will be a meet and greet for all ticket holders prior to the show. Also appearing will be Jen Santana, Shaw Guerrero, and special guest Charlie Haas. Learn more and get tickets at uwwevents.com.
Back. Welcome back here, Go Live Vegas Studios. That was the Unicon, not Unicon, the UWW Wrestling. When you're seeing this, if you're watching this, you can still stream it. You can still stream it, but by that time, I think it's going to be $9.99 to stream it, that live, women's wrestling. But anyway, I got some questions here. We're taking off the internet. Is it against the rules or to refuse to roll the dice? No, they would like you to roll them. You can toss them. Now, legally, they're not supposed to go past the dealer's eyes. They don't like you throwing them. I've seen guys throw them, and they're like a foot higher, and they hit the table. They can tell you don't do that, but they let this. I saw this guy. He was actually rolling for a long time. They just let him do it. So they're supposed to go eye level, and supposedly it's up to the box man. Once one die goes past the middle, and the other die is barely over that side, barely. That's supposed to be a real roll. If it's not halfway, they can say no roll. That they can do. But if it goes just a little, because I've seen it before, and just because the number came up that the point was, and it was a 7, he had a 6 over there, and he had an ace here, and it went just barely over. The guy said 7 out. The box man yelled out 7 out. He didn't even get the stick man to give a chance to yell it out. That was wrong. It was just being shitty. So what happened was a lot of people got pissed off and left. A lot of the table was pretty packed, and a lot of people were colored in after that. So they're just stupid because those people probably would have gave all those checks back anyway. It's just dumb. It's bad PR. I mean, they're gonna go around town. Don't go to that casino because we The guy called 7 out, and it wasn't, or something like that. Whatever they do, good or bad, I've seen them do it, and I really pissed me off myself. But yeah, they would like you to roll them. The other question I got: why are dice exchanged in a real crap table often? What happens is every shift, there's 5 in a package, and they take the old 5. They put them in the packet that the new ones came out of, and they put the time, the shift, and the 4 guy's name. He initials it. You can actually buy those in a gift shop if you want, but they'll go through where they'll be canceled dice. So those are about every 8 hours. And when you see new dice, they'll be chalky. You'll see them. They'll be real chalky. And they're supposed to mic them. Sometimes they don't. They just look at them through the light. And it's funny because a lot of these new box people, or even a lot of dealers, they don't even know it. I know because I'm a sick puppy. You got to look through the 4. If you look through the 4, in the back of the 3, there'll be the logo of the casino. Used to. They're getting cheap now. They're not really doing it anymore. But you'll see if you go to the gambler store here or anywhere in Vegas where they sell dice, if you look through the 4 and you'll see the back of the 3, that's what you used to see in the old days. They're doing this. They're looking for the logo. And you'll see it might say Caesars or a C, and then it might have something else like a sundial or something, because they know that's their die. That's why they look at it. But now I see them just doing this. I don't know what they're looking for. I'm just pretending they're trying to look if they're smart. They would go 6 and ace is a 7, or you got a 3 and a 4 is a 7. So they know that nobody threw fake dice on there. But they're supposed to look through the 4 if they're still putting the logos on back of that. But they change them every 8 hours. And you'll know when you get new ones, they'll look chalky. So they just exchanged them. Let me see. Why are there so many rules about you must hold the dice? Because back in the old days, when people used to switch dice, they practice saying another thing. They're cheating. They'll take them and they'll practice and they'll pull them in, and then they'll throw the fake ones. They'll have the fake ones right here, and they'll pull these in, and they'll go like this real quick, and they'll release the ones they brought in, and they'll hold these here. And sometimes the box man, he'll watch you, because sometimes a lot of times people hang their arm over the rail so nobody could see, and then they might do it a couple more times, and then they re-switch them. There's been a lot of people caught doing that. I think it's crazy to do all that. I mean, I think it's what is the fine? 5,000 and 6 months in jail, the first offense. So you don't want to do that. Yeah, so that's why. And then you'll see on the crap tables, there'll be mirrors. There'll be a mirrors about 6 inches tall all the way around it, and the box man could see through the mirror, and you can see the dice in your palm. So just don't do it. It's not even worth it. Just go ahead and get my book. It's in the book, Winning Ways, and learn how to play craps like you're supposed to, and learn hedge betting and money management and good and bad bets. You're better off doing that than going to 6 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. That's first offense. What is, okay, this is poker questions. What is 2-4? What do you think about it? What I think about 2-4, 3-6, 4-8. That is poker that is structured where it gives everybody a chance to play, and the game lasts longer. I used to do that, play 2-4, but those pots do get big. They're like sometimes I've gotten one at 2-4, and probably the one I saw ring up the most, it ended up being $275. So it can get expensive. But a lot of guys, when they play that, or girls play that, when they play 2-4 or 3-6 is a little more expensive. 4-8 is real expensive. So if you're not used to poker, start out with a 2-4 game and get used to playing poker. And the one thing about 2-4, you can sit there a long time. If you don't like your pocket cards, you can muck them. and sit there and watch everybody for. You can get a lot of entertainment for $100. I used to do it just to sit down for a while and pass the time, and then all of a sudden I go, oh shit, I got pocket aces. But that's the other thing about playing 2-4, 3-6, and all that. You get pocket aces, you can't go all in. They have rules. So the first one is 2-4. You throw in 4, and the first guy throws in 2, and then if he wants to play when it comes back around, he's got to throw the other 2 in. But the person, the third person over from the guy who's playing $2, if he wants to raise it, he can raise it, and then that's how it starts getting raised, and that's the first round. And then you keep going the next round, and the person you can't say I want to raise it $50. You can't do that, and that's the problem. When you have a real good hand, you have to wait and hope he plays smart, especially when you're in position or what position you're at. You can do that. But if you want to take your time and play only premium hands, I do go into that on. I think it was on episode 17. We talk about that. That one's on poker. You can do that, but it's a slower game. You don't have to worry about getting wiped out. You can buy it for $100. I sat there. I remember guy was over an hour. I got up and left, and I think I ended up leaving with $35 profit. I wasn't sitting there to make any money. I was sitting there to get my free drinks, and because I was playing I went to the casino really early, so I just sat down, played 2-4. When do you go all in on poker? That's crazy because that question can be answered a ton of ways. It depends what position you're at. To me, what position I'm at and how big that pot is. So if you have a good hand, or if you want to scare somebody off, if you look at them and you see what they're doing, and you want to and say they're to your left, and say, you know what, this guy, you're looking at the flop. You look at the flop and you try to scare him off, then you would go all in, and maybe you do have a good hand, or maybe you're bluffing, but hopefully you have a pretty good hand. Maybe you have trips, or you have a pair. Maybe you got a pair of kings. The average player is 1 in 3 that will have a pair. So there's 9 people at the table. The average would be 3 of them, but not necessarily. That's just the average. So if you have 9 players, 3 of those people could have a pair. So that's 1 in 3. That's the average. But don't go every time and say, oh yeah, there's 3 of them. Sometimes it might be 2 or 1 person. That's the other thing about having a pocket pair. I'm going to give Danny Negreanu another plug here. I think if I was ever take private lessons, it'd be Danny Negreanu. So if you want to learn a lot about poker, go to you can buy his book or his CD or his master class. I think Danny Negreanu, to me, I would like to learn from him. Fantastic etiquette at the table. You don't have to worry about some chair getting lobbed at you like other guys I know. I'm not going to mention his name. So that's on that. And then it says, what do you do when you get pocket aces? Again, what position you're at. I've seen guys on a real 500. You can buy in for $100 to $500. Some people, they'll get them first off, and they go, I'm all in. I said, what did you do that for? If you have pocket aces, it depends what position you're in too, especially in the beginning. You don't want to do that, because even if somebody has kings, you still got them beat with your pocket pair, not seeing the flop yet. But you don't want to scare them. That's a powerful hand. Queens, kings, and aces are really good premium hands. Now, ace king is a real good starting hand. It's not. Don't think that, I got ace king, I got it right now, because somebody can have a pair of deuces and beat you. So it's the way you play. It's time and playing. I was in 5 invited to Rio when the World Series is going on. This was a while back. I got invited to 5 of the tournaments where they invite people that we get comps. You get a lot of comps. I had a lot of comps. I stay in the room free. I go to their tournament they offer free. It wasn't the main event, but they had like 50 tournaments, so I got invited to that one. And sometimes there's there's 2,000, 3,000 people. They make all their money back by people gambling after they get kicked out or whatever. Anyway, 5 of those tournaments I got invited to at the Rio, I was in the money in 3 of them. So I did pretty well, and I was 2,800. I went out in 26th place, and there was another one, 875. I went out in 16th place. Was it 60? Yeah, 16th place. So, and the other one I can't remember, but I think I'm a pretty good poker player considering I don't really play it a lot. I just watch my hand, watch what I got. Don't start going, oh shit, raise your eyebrows or look, make your eyes go, oh God, I got. You can actually do that because I actually did that one time. I actually did that one time because I noticed the guy right here and those 2 guys over there, they were watching me. And I wouldn't make no faces. Because a lot of people can't figure me out because I don't make faces. I just get my cards and look at them like if I'm not looking at them. And I just look at them. I put them down. I either see if they're suited or the numbers there. You can look at them again, but I look at my cards. And I same thing all the time. Look at my cards, and I put them back down. And there's a couple times when I was playing, not in tournaments, but I was actually just screwing around, and I just did this because I didn't care. So I went like this, and I raised my eyebrows, and kind of looked at it again. And they said, "Oh shit, this guy, I had shit," and they called rags. And everybody went out because I went like this because I didn't do it. I just did it that one time, and I went. And they probably figured, oh, this guy's got aces. Everybody went out because there's certain things you can do that they do watch you, so you can bluff. There's just certain times you can do it. That I did that. Everybody went out. Let me see. What are some of the great poker moves to watch for? Great poker moves? Oh, movies. Oh, okay. Oh, everybody probably saw it. Rounders. The old one with which I thought is fantastic. People, I'm going to mention these names, and you're probably going, who? What? Edward G. Robinson, and was it Steve McQueen? That movie. God, what's that movie called? All you got to do is look it up. Edward G. Robinson or Steve McQueen poker, and you'll see it come out. God, I can't remember that name. It's a real famous movie. And they actually had a professional, you'll see the hands, and you see some real fancy work with the cards back then. Can't remember the name of that movie. You look that up, Aaron? Edward G. Robinson? No, you probably don't know who he is. Steve McQueen, poker. But that was a fantastic, I love that movie. And that movie, what is it? Yeah, the Cincinnati Kid. Yeah, I would have never remembered. Yeah, it's called The Cincinnati Kid. You watch that movie, that's a great movie. And besides Steve McQueen in that movie, he was those are called rounders. That's what he is. Like that movie called Rounder. That's what he did. He does those rounds of all the main where they play or the places that nobody knows or places you can make a ton of money and you want to get out of there alive. But that was a fantastic movie. It was great. There was I think what's her name's in that movie too. What's her name? Elvis Presley was crazy for her. No, he almost married her. He had to make a decision between her and Priscilla Presley. No, what's her name? She did Viva Las Vegas. Anyway, she's in that movie too. She's how could I put that friendly? She's yeah, Anne Margaret. She's a friendly girl. Anyway, never played poker. How do you play poker? Oh. Get Danny Negreanu's books, tapes. I'm telling you, you need. If you're gonna play poker, okay, get that book, and or you can Google it. I hate to give Google a plug, maybe it'll shut me off. You can go and learn the suits. You got to learn the suits. 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 of a kind, the suited pairs, suited connectors, royal flush, whatever. You learn that first. And then you'll play 2-4 in the beginning, and that's how you should start. But if not, you can go get Danny Negreanu's books. or I don't know if he has a CD, but you can get his books and learn on that, or take his. I don't know how much his master classes are, but you should learn all the suits first, and then play 2-4, and that's what I would do if you want to start out learning. What are some of the basic poker terms? Oh, I need to learn about. Yeah, rags. These are rags. Flop, the turn, the river. That means 3 cards, the next card, and the last card. Those terms, or you can say, you see some guys real cocky at the table say, I'm going to felt you. I'm going to felt you. In other words, he's going to take all his chips from him. You can, let me see, donkey. You're the donkey at the table. The bubble, you're the last one. You're the last one out, and then everybody else is in the money. That's called the bubble. You're the bubble boy, or if it's a girl, I haven't seen a bubble girl, but I was the bubble, and people brag about that. I was the bubble boy, and 2019 poker. World Series, I was the bubble boy. What are you bragging about that for? You didn't win no money. You're the next guy. He's the one that was in the money. So that one, and then what are the others? There's tons of terms. 9. You have a 9 and 5. That's called the Dolly Parton hand. Doyle Brunson is a deuce. Deuce 10. Deuce 10. He won actually two poker. The World Series was at the hand, so they gave it. He don't like it, but that's what his name now. The Doyle Brunson hand. He actually won twice with that hand. Then sometimes he messes around with it when he plays the guys. He messes around. Sometimes he pretend they're aces, but when he bluffs, he doesn't do it all the time. But he throws them down, and they'll start laughing because he bluffed them out because it was 10 deuce. So those hands, and then I'm not going to mention one of them because I don't think it's proper on this show. The queens. I'm not going to mention that. You can find out from somebody else that when you get 2 queens. And then kings are called cowboys. I got cowboys. Aces are pocket rockets, American Airlines. You learn there's all kinds of, the more and more you play poker, you'll hear all these guys and they try to act like, I had 2 kings. I had 2 cowboys, baby. Or the chips rough. Don't get care about that chip ruffling those chips. You don't have to. You'll do that because you have a lot of time. You'll learn it eventually. I was in a tournament one time, one of those tournaments I was in, and I owed this guy. He wanted change from me, so he threw me a black chip, which was 100, and I stacked. I checked out because I'm a former crap dealer at the MGM, and I got a stack, and I went like this, I went like that, and just to show him it was $100 because they're 5s, and I cut them out, cut, and I stacked them, and I flipped them, and I rolled them to them, and they rolled right across the whole table. All the chips rolled without spreading, and everybody looked at me, and they were so freaked out. He says, "Oh shit, this guy!" Everybody got so freaked out because I did that. They were so scared of playing me with. After that, they were watching me because they saw me do that. They said, "Oh, this guy knows what he's doing." And before the tournament started, I actually asked the dealer this, and the dealer didn't know. And this really trips me out. I don't know what they're doing with some of these dealers today, some of the schools. When you open up a new deck, and they're supposed to open up the deck there at the table when you're in a tournament, and when as far as I know, when they get that new deck and they spread it out, they usually spread it out first, check the pitcher side, and then the side, make sure all the emblems and everything's there, all the cards are there, all the aces, all the diamond, and all the hearts and all that. Make sure they're there, and then the numbers are right. And when you see them do that, when they open them a new deck, they'll shuffle them out, and you'll see it's called Kissing Kings. That's what it's called, King's Kiss. You'll see a king and a king, and all the cards start going below it, and the ace is supposed to be the last. They think they're the first, they're not. So if you do that to a deck, and you see 2 kings in the middle, and then all the cards on a new deck, that means that's a brand new deck. And when that guy did that, he spread it out. I looked at it, I go, and before he washed, called washing, before he washed all the cards, I looked at him and I said, "Hey, kings don't kiss." And everybody was, what? They didn't know what that was. Kings don't kiss. And he goes, the dealer looked at me. What are you talking about? look at the middle. The kings don't kiss. Is that a new deck? And he goes, yeah. I don't think so, guy, because kings don't kiss. That's when you open up a deck. You'll see it. I think most of the companies do that. I don't know. I've just always seen when I open a new deck, kings kiss. So I said, do you want me to call the floor? I go, nah, don't worry about it. So it was just interesting, and everybody just started looking at me like, what's this guy must know what he's doing. So it kind of scared him off, and then when I threw those chips, it really scared him. That was that same table. That was the same table. Okay, what is the best hand I can get in poker? Well, aces. It's the way you play them, though. It's the way you play them, what position you're in, who you're playing against, and also, to me, how big is that pot? Why would I want to say raise the pot when there's like $50 in there? Why would I raise it when everybody's got $1,000 in front of them? Why would I do that? As long as I watch everybody and what position I'm at, and figure, well, this guy's pretty good. This guy, and this guy, they like to play. So if you have eight, try to get them involved. Once you see a flop, then you really decide what you're going to do. To me, my game turned around when I stopped playing a lot of the hands. I used to play a lot of hands, and I stopped doing that. You know why? Because I listened to 20 minutes of Danny Negreanu. 20 minutes. He was talking about premium hands, hands don't play, suited connects, what you should play. Man, my game just flipped. He was on. It was years ago. 20 minutes. He was on. I caught 20 minutes of it. He was on an hour, and I caught the last 20 minutes, and man, it just turned my game totally around. That's why I like Danny Negreanu, because just that 20 minutes that I got for free just flipped my game. Start playing suited 5-4, even if it's suited, or 5-4. Danny Negreanu loves playing middle hands. 6-7, even if it's suited, or it could be 9-10. He loves playing those hands. You don't have to get aces and kings and queens and jacks. To me, like a lot of poker players talk about it. For some odd reason, I even lost. One time I did pretty good with them, but most of the time I get jacks, I end up losing. For some reason, everybody doesn't like jacks. A lot of professional poker players even say they says, "Oh no, I got jacks." Crap. I don't know. That's just the way it is. Basic poker. So it depends where you're at when you have those. Like I said, play 2-4 in the beginning and learn the suited what hands are to play. Deuces. Don't play like you're gonna play. Say you play a 3, and you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you're playing the 8. Because there's no way you're going to get a straight with that here, and then you got to have them on the board. Your cards are too far apart. So you would learn that. I used to do that, and I said, well, I stopped doing that. And then, like I said, my poker just flipped. Okay, let's see. What are some basic poker terms? Oh, I already did that one. The difference between online, and live poker. I wouldn't play online. I just don't do it. There's been a lot of... well, you probably heard it. Anybody's in poker, they've been cheating. For some odd reason, some of them sites been caught cheating. They can actually see your whole cards. So I just wouldn't play. I don't care for that. Some people do that so they can get on the World Series of Poker if you go through certain ones. Now, certain ones are probably reputable, but I just wouldn't do that. I don't trust them. You're online playing. It's a computer. Anybody can hack you. They can get in your... Now you have your account where you got your money. Nah, there's no way I'm going to do that. I play live or I don't play. How many people are needed for a good game of poker? You can play one-on-one. The other thing about that is playing people that are seasoned. I played a lot. One of the tournaments I played in, I was in the money. I knocked out 2 guys. One was playing 30 years, and the other guy was playing something like 20-some years. And they were older guys, even though I was probably close to their age. I just don't look it. And the last guy I knocked out, this guy was, you can tell this guy's been playing a long time. He didn't tell me till after, but he said he was watching my moves and this and that. And I knew he was watching me. So I don't really care what he's doing. I was playing my hand, and I was looking after I got I had actually that time, funny, I had jacks, and I was, and when we got the flop, I was looking at him. I didn't look at the flop. I was staring at him. He was looking at the flop because he was like, I don't know, what he was at, 8th? No, he was in 6th position. He was looking over, and then he looked at his cards, and then he made a bet. I go, this guy's playing me or something. So I went, like they say in that movie, I went over to the top, and I raised him. And he just looked at me, and he got the next card. I think it was a turn. Yeah, the turn. And then he I don't know how much he put in. He just threw it in right away because he was trying to knock me off right there by not looking at his cards, just staring. There's another thing to do in poker. If you don't have a really cannon trying to bluff somebody off, as soon as they flip that card, go, I'll go 100, 200 right away. So told somebody, oh shit, he's got something. He might be bluffing, which he was doing. And then they got to the river, which is the last card, and I said, you know what? I got this guy. I bet I got this guy. I got another jacks. I had trips, and the guy actually had a pair, but I got the trips, and he goes, I'm all in. He goes, I'm all in. I go, I call, boom, and I got him. He was so pissed off. He thought he had me, and then he come up to me and he asked me how long I've been playing. I says, about 3 hours. Just like, what? I'm just kidding. I said, I don't know, maybe about, a couple of years. He goes, I've been playing 32 years and you beat me. Doesn't matter. I'm playing. You got to play your hand. That's how if you get really good in poker, you can really fool some people. I mean, people are seasoned, especially by not raising your eyebrows when you get aces or kings or go, whoa. Believe me, they're watching you. What is it? What is the easiest poker game to learn? I don't know. I just say Texas Hold'em. Just play the game because that's the most popular game that people play is Texas Hold'em. I don't like Omaha. I played that. I don't like it. And then there's what is it? Omaha something. I can't remember. But anyway, there's the other one I thought was interesting. Was what was it called? 7-card stud. I like that game, but I don't know all the rules. There's some rules of that. I did play it a couple of times with a friend, and he only told me a couple of rules, and then I kept losing because he says, no, you can't do that because you got to do this. I said, well, you didn't tell me that. And I only played probably about, I don't know, a couple of times. I never played with him again because I didn't know all the rules, and he kept putting up new rules. He said, you need to tell me everything first. And so I just started playing Texas Hold'em, and that's what I play now. How do you get in poker tournaments? How's poker tournaments work? When you get there, they'll give you sheets, and you got to read all the rules. You got to read all the rules because every poker tournament, the rules are close, but there is certain rules you got to abide by. Especially a lot of new rules now because of a couple of guys, Mike Mattisau, they call him the Mouth, and Helmuth, Tony G. Who's the other one? There's one guy from, I can't stand that guy. He's from England or something. But, man, this guy, they're annoying. But they start annoying people, cussing, calling people stupid. So there's a lot of new rules now, and they give you a 20-minute timeout. And they do take if you're coming up next to your big blind, small blind, big blind, they'll take your money. So you sit out 20 minutes, and you don't get to play 20 minutes. But they did a lot of those rules called poker etiquette. And Daniel Grano, like I said, has got fantastic. Even when he loses, he smiles and says, good luck. And he walks away like nothing happened. Fantastic etiquette at the table. Is poker a game of skill? Yes. No, it's not luck. It's a game of skill. And that's what people should know. That's why a lot of people call it gambling. No, in that movie Rounders, that's why I say, why did the same 5 guys end up at the World Series of Poker at the same table? That's why. What is a rake? That means the casino is taking a portion of the pot. That's what the rake is. What was that movie in Rounders? Women are a rake in life. They rake in your shit. Anyway, I guess that's it here. We are at the Unicon right now, so anybody wants to live stream that, $9.99, and we're over there right now. Hopefully I'm on the Steadicam. So we'll see you next Saturday. We're going to be next Saturday live here. So I guess we'll see you then. And don't forget, smash that like button and subscribe. Tell your friends. Thank you very much.